Tag TV and Tag Radio. Be seen and heard by both technology users and technology producers throughout the state of Georgia and around the world. Low cost, big benefits, powerhouse online branded video and audio has arrived. Tag TV, Tag Radio, there's a lot more to know. This edition of Tech Talk is brought to you by GlobalSpeak.com, new media consultants, corporate video and audio communications, video and audio production and distribution, live and virtual event production. Tag TV and Tag Radio is a service of GlobalSpeak.com, creatively delivering powerful marketing, video, and audio solutions. Nomination deadline is little more than a month away. It's back. It's bigger, better, and more important than ever before. That's right. Imagine your company or a client or company you know put into the spotlight in front of the entire state for its innovative application of a technology, a shining example for all of Georgia that demonstrates the best use of technology to solve a complex business problem or as a solution to enhance its market success and competitive position. The 2012 Excalibur Awards nomination applications are now being accepted, but you should act now. Deadline is September the 7th. That's right. The TAG 2012 Excalibur Awards are legendary recognition won by only the best and brightest in all of Georgia. Hosted in collaboration with the Business and Technology Alliance Society, B&TA, the Gala 3-hour celebration and recognition is TAG's second largest attended event of the year. Held at the Renaissance Waverly, technology industry, state officials, and corporate leaders gathered to honor large, medium, small companies, academic institutions, government agencies, and visionary entrepreneurs that make our economy and the technology industry why Georgia leads, not only in the Southeast, but in the nation. Greetings, everyone. It's Friday, August 3rd, 2012, and this is Tech Talk with Technology Association of Georgia President Tino Mantella. I'm your guest host, Frank Baia. Don't be left out this year. Be sure the best have been nominated. It's really up to you. Excalibur, the award only the best can receive, and only companies that use, not sell technology can win. Up to the Tech Talk, Jeff Clement, Managing Director of Revolution Technologies and Chair of the Business and Technology Alliance Society, B&TA, co-organizing the Excalibur nomination application process, event, and special post-event winning showcase presentations. Revolution Technology provides a full spectrum of IT, management consulting, and staff services. It's a global company with resources in the U.S., Canada, and the U.K. Jeff's team of professionals are recognized worldwide as among the most skilled and experienced in the industry. What you need to know about Excalibur and why you need to act now to assure your company or client is nominated as we go B&TA for a bigger and better look into the Excalibur Awards for 2012 as we meet with B&TA Chair, Managing Director, Revolution Technologies, Jeff Clement. Jeff, welcome to Tech Talk.
Hey, thanks, Frank. Glad to be here. Appreciate you letting me on your program today.
Kind of an exciting situation. You know, we're in the midst of the Olympics, a lot of deadlines, a lot of fast finishes, that kind of thing. We're heading up to one ourselves. I know that September 7th, you've got an important announcement in terms of a deadline, but equally so, an important announcement to tell us a little bit about an upcoming event that's going on. Let's get right into it. It's the 2012 Excalibur Awards. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, we won't be giving out gold medals, but we do give out the
they're almost
we
as
give
good
out
as,
our swords.
It's almost as good as a gold medal.
It is actually better than a gold medal, I think. This is my third year of being the chair of the Business and Technology Alliance Society, and I think the Excalibur Awards is one of the most fun things that we do. So TAG and TAG and B&TA have come together for the last, 6-7 years now to put together the Excalibur Awards, and it's really where we take companies and recognize them for their innovative uses of technology. And I know there's a lot of different flavors to that, but really what we're looking for are those companies that have utilized third-party technology or invented their own technology, so to speak, and utilized it, but they're not reselling it. So it's more like a tech-enabled company who's come up with something really new and exciting, and they've really solved a business problem, improved their competitive position, or change behaviors or change lives. And it's really fun to see what's going on out there in the Atlanta area, in Georgia, in a much larger community, because there is a lot of stuff going on out there, technology, innovation that's going on that just doesn't get a lot of light of day. So it's fun to be a part of the Excalibur Awards along with B&TA and TAG to really get a chance to highlight this and put this out there for the technology community.
You know, I think there probably was a time when technology was sort of hidden. Really, most of us really weren't as conscious. I mean, it's kind of almost difficult to believe that there was such a time with the way it's so pervasive today.
Right.
And now I think it's a case where having competitive, creative, dynamic capability is almost equal to the core competency of a company. I think it's important that in many cases these organizations that, you know, I remember at one point it was a revelation when we discovered that Home Depot was one of the largest, if not the largest, employee of programmers, of technology programmers. Right. So I think it's a case where a lot of companies can do themselves well by letting people know not only that they are cutting edge, that they are delivering the most effective and efficient technology, but in fact they are doing it so well they're actually recognized by the technology industry.
You know, and that's one great example of that is the Weather Channel, which won an award last year. And through what we learned through Excalibur and the subsequent events with them, really we found out that the Weather Channel, for example, is a technology company with a weather front end versus a weather company with a technology back end. So it really, in my mind, redefined the Weather Channel and what they're doing and all that they do. And I think that's available for all the companies in the Atlanta market to where it's here to be redefined.
That is really a solidly important point, because I think in a lot of cases maybe some of our listeners and even some of our members would say, well, why would a non-technology company want to be recognized? And there's a perfect example right there. I mean, not a perfect example, the actual reason, and that is how many companies wouldn't be defined that way, that they're kind of, a little bit of exaggeration, but not much, and that is that they're more of a technology than even their core competency would necessarily.
And one other thing, Frank, if I can jump in there and tell you that the companies that do get recognized through Excalibur continually come back to tell us how much it was a morale boost for the teams and how much they enjoyed that recognition. HR managers get excited about it because it improves the employee engagement. Marketing managers get excited about it because it helps with free press, basically. And the teams themselves get excited about it because they get recognized for their contributions. So what we found is that the Excalibur Awards and the process of going through that evaluation and being recognized really ripples through an organization in a very positive way to produce a significant number of intangible benefits, tangible and intangible. And it's just fun to be a part of it.
Well, and over the years, and as you mentioned, you've been involved for several years now, and the B&TA's been involved in almost from the inaugural event. I've had the opportunity to work on the organizing committee for many years. In the early days, it was a challenge to get people to understand, you know, if you're Pirelli Tire, why would I know that Pirelli Tire is doing something unique in terms of technology? Right. I guess really I'm posing that you emphasize that it isn't about a company that necessarily would be known for technology. It's about what you're doing every day, almost day to day, that you probably take for granted, that in reality the average customer or the average technology professional would have no clue that you're actually doing it.
Right. Well, you know, companies we saw last year were using RFID to help find documents in massive warehouses. You know, the Georgia Gwinnett College was using what I would consider alternative learning methods through mobile devices to teach what I would think of, for me personally, because I'm not that smart, a dull subject, which is chemistry. But they made it more of a game, utilized mobile technology on their phones to improve behaviors for the students and improve test scores. So it goes way beyond just the commercial application of technology as well to just, like I said, change behaviors, change lives, change grades, improve learning opportunities.
Well, and I guess altruistically, that's all of those things are great. Materialistically, it's just one more great way to get your message out and get your brand across. Yeah. You're kind of skirting on it, but get into detail. What are the categories that are recognized with Excalibur?
Well, we try to group everybody together in their peer groups so that nobody's competing in an area where they would not compete fairly. So we have 5 different categories that we judge people on. That's the small, mid-size, large. We have a educational category and a creative category. And so we pull them together based on revenue, some tangible metrics of size. For example, so that we have their peer group, and we're evaluating them based on their foundational ability to bring to the table, certain investments in technology to begin with. So we don't have a disconnect between a very small organization competing against a very large organization. But again, what we find is that regardless of size, regardless of category, there's some really innovative, exciting things going on out there that can stand on their own merit regardless of how we evaluate them or the category we put them in. It's some really fun, exciting stuff going on.
Now, obviously, the event is coming up later in the year. It's actually not until October the 26th. It is a full-day event with a lot of activities, keynote speakers. I believe there's even opportunity for some showcasing as far as company merchandising is concerned, but maybe go into a little bit about the application deadline and some of the actual hard, fast dates that are facing us in the next, I guess, almost a month.
Well, yeah, the September 7th is our application deadline, and the application itself is not daunting. That's not that difficult. So you can be nominated. You can nominate yourself. You can be nominated by someone else, but an application has to be completed, and that application is just really the bare bones of what we would need to help evaluate the thoroughness of the opportunity. So we look at it from a standpoint of we just want to understand the complexity of the problem that you're trying to solve. We want to see that creative use of the technology. What did you do with that? And then in some quantification of the return on investment. But again, I want to stress that return on investment doesn't have to be hard target dollars. It can be changed behaviors, saved lives, changed lives, any number of things that we would categorize as return on investment. So we just ask that the applicants fill out some basic information to help us evaluate them on those criteria. And again, it takes a little bit of time. We have a fantastic judging committee pulled together. But if we can have those in by September 7th, that gives us plenty of time to get everything we need to get done so that we're ready to go live on October 26th and recognize the winners. And
again, the process is tagonline.org.
Yes, sir.
And go ahead and tell us a little bit of how we would find the application on tagonline.org.
There's a couple of links there underneath major events. You can see if you click on, I'm trying to do this by memory now, but all of a sudden I believe there is a big events tab at the top of the screen. You click on that, and you'll see the Excalibur Awards, and you click on that, and you'll see the links to the applications and/or the nomination process.
And there's what I call a carousel promotion piece that's right in the center of the website that constantly rotates, but it'll promote Excalibur for more information, and you can click on there. And the great part is that over the years, you guys have made the application relevant and important to make the right judgments, but relatively simple to be able to fill in and get the process started. Talk a little bit about can I nominate a company, or do I have to wait to be nominated, and how does that process work?
Yeah, great. That's a great question, Frank. You can nominate another company, and you don't even have to be that detailed in your nomination. We would ask that those nominations be in by August 1st, which is tomorrow, actually, so it's pretty quick. It's coming right around the corner anyway. And so we're looking to get those nominations in, even if they're not in by August 1st. We can get them in before September 7th, and we'll go out and do the footwork necessary to connect with the company that's been nominated, to connect with the right individuals to get the application completed on time. But again, that nomination is online as well. Same process to find the nomination form.
So again, if I'm internally proud about a particular situation, I can put myself into the process. But also, if I've got a client, if I'm even an attorney, or if I'm a IT consultant or whatever business I'm in, and I'm dealing with people that I know and understand that are involved, not just in a company or an organization, but they're using technology in a unique and competitive way, I can actually say, hey guys, I want to do something for you, and nominate you.
Yes, sir. We found that a lot of companies have nominated their customers and/or people they have great relationships with in the industry to just recognize again that innovative, creative uses of technology. So it's a lot of exciting things going on out there, and we just do all we can to connect with as many people as we can to drive the nominations and the application process. We try to make it as painless as possible.
I think all of the members of TAG know, and I think a lot of the technology community at large know, the Excalibur Awards are gradually becoming one of the premier recognitions out of a lot of recognition that's going on as far as all types of business, best
right.
places to work and all of those kind of things. But here's a one that is a real standout that you can really be able to be proud of, and as you say, leverage in a lot of ways that go beyond a lot of fun, a lot of great internal esprit de corps, if you will, a great event to participate with your employees and fellow vendors and associates that you work with at the actual live event. We're rapidly running out of time. Jeff, talk a little bit one more time about the specific details. Give us the actual, it's Excalibur 2012 Awards. When is the event? When is the deadline for the recognition? And maybe one more time how to register.
Okay, there's the applications deadline, which is September 7th, and that can be found at tagonline.org. And it's pretty obvious once you get to that site what to click on. The actual event's going to be October 26th. Starts at 6:45 in the morning with networking, but that's going to be at the Renaissance Waverly Hotel here in Atlanta. And then, like I said, we're going to recognize 5 winners. And one other thing I want to throw in there, Frank, is that B&TA is going to sponsor an event in 2013 to give each of the winners their own spotlight event. So they'll have an opportunity to go into deeper detail about the problem they solved, their creative use of the technology to solve it, and their ROI. And those have been gaining a lot of momentum in the marketplace and have become very popular to attend, and we're continually hearing from the past winners that winning the Excalibur Awards generates so much positive press and so much publicity that it's one of the best things that they've ever done and participated in. And I would encourage any and everybody who's listening today to nominate someone, nominate themselves, or apply themselves to be a part of this.
I think it's just with each year it gets better, it gets more comprehensive. The value grows in both recognition and in outreach, as you point out. Jeff, I think you guys at B&TA do such a great job, everything you do, but especially with the Excalibur Awards. And really, to everyone, again, the dates are pretty obvious. They're right up against us. It's Excalibur 2012. Remember, we're looking at September 7th, so be sure to get online as quick as you can. Jeff, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule for joining us today on Tech Talk.
Frank, it's my pleasure. I really appreciate being on your program today.